As you guys know, I'm beyond fed up with the regressive left's labeling of everyone a bigot or a racist. I feared that just by having a conversation with someone, just by hearing their views on this show as I do every week, that I would then get one of those awful labels that people throw around thrown on me. The chilling effect that words like bigot and racist have are not just on the person at who they are aimed, but they're also used to stop other people from talking to them. The less we talk, the more the authoritarians can move in with easy answers. As my former guest Douglas Murray said on Sam Harris's podcast a few weeks ago, it's too late to be willing to be blackmailed by people who are fundamentally insincere in their insults. That's exactly how I feel about labels, or pretty much any of the other nonsense coming from people who would rather stifle debate than have it. So let me just back up here for a moment and try to state something as clearly as humanly possible. For roughly the 3 billionth time, there is a difference between the doctrine of Islam, which is just a set of ideas, and Muslims, the people who practice it. The doctrine has all kinds of terrible stuff in it, but this doesn't mean all the people who call themselves Muslims believe in or act upon those bad ideas.
In my book, I have a whole section about Soros and him funding the media. Soros right now has spent...
Doesn't that make you an anti-Semite if you talk about Soros?
This is exactly how we end up with reporters who are no longer reporters. They are activists with a national platform, media platform, who get on television every night and basically spew the same talking political points approved by Soros. And they all say the same thing, whether it's the Huffington Post, the New York Times, the Associated Press, Reuters, MSNBC, CNBC, ABC, the same buzzword.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Marcus here, back at it again with another video. You might think that that compilation took a little bit for me to make. No, it took about 20 minutes. Because Dave Rubin spends a lot of his time on his show discussing how labeling and using the words racist and bigot are ways to shut up debate, right? So there's tons of footage on that. But you know, on the other hand, there's tons of information. You just go on Google and you search Dave Rubin Twitter Ilhan Omar, and you will find many, many tweets of him simply calling her a Jew hater. So he spends all of his time talking about how the labels that the left uses, right, racist, bigot, Islamophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, that all of these are simply ways of shutting up debate and shutting people the fuck up. But when it comes to Israel, when it comes to Ilhan Omar, he uses the same tactic. So I just can't take him serious. I can't take this guy serious. I'm going to just go through the things he said in these videos. So the first thing he talked about was labeling, right? And I just discussed that. You know, he has people on who are, you know, you can call them Islamophobic, but he says that that is simply a way to shut them up. So he talks to them. He brings people on like Stefan Molyneux. People call him racist. People call him bigoted. But he says those are simply tactics used by the left to shut him up. So he's not about labels at all, right? That's not what Dave Rubin's about. Unless it comes, of course, to people on the left, people who he opposes, and of course when it comes to Muslims, particularly, who criticize the policies of the Israeli government. Linda Sarsour, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, all of these people, he will instantly use the same tactics that he pretends to hate on them and tweet multiple times how they are Jew haters. So what did he say next? He said, the terms bigot and racist, they stop people from talking because then people will be scared of this backlash and the authoritarians then win. I really don't get how he can say this stuff with a straight face. Because the backlash Ilhan Omar received was not just from the right-wing media, Fox News. It was literally from everybody. New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC, they all called her an anti-Semite for the All About the Benjamins tweet. And of course, that makes others scared to talk out, to speak out about this. That makes other Democrats scared to criticize the policies of Israel. And of course, the authoritarians, you know, those in Israel, who are occupying the West Bank and Gaza illegally, they will continue to receive $30 billion a year from the U.S. because of these labels placed on American politicians by AIPAC and others who speak out. So he talks about bigot and racist as being labels that shut up debate and let the authoritarians win, but that's exactly what is happening here right now. The third thing he talked about was insincere insults, right? All of these people who, on the left, are calling Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro, Tommy Robinson, Sargon of Akkad, they're calling all of them racists and bigots. These insults are insincere. They don't actually believe this in their heart. They're just saying this to shut you up so they can win in this political game. And of course they want to stifle debate, because if they actually debated about Islamophobia, about transphobia, they would be destroyed. They would be wrecked. They would be owned. But you know, this is completely not true, because of course Dave Rubin is insincere in his insults against Ilhan Omar about her being a Jew hater. And we can tell, and there's proof of this from the last video in the intro, where he invites people on his show who use anti-Semitic tropes way worse than Ilhan Omar's, right? She said it's all about the Benjamins. I admit that's said in bad taste. That is said in a provocative manner. She was being a provocateur there, but it had factual evidence behind it. But you have people like Brigitte Gabriel come on Dave Rubin's show, and they say that George Soros sends talking points to every single media organization in the United States. And he basically controls it. She pretty much said on his show, and he gave her no pushback on this, that Jews control the U.S. media. And that these globalists, which is a dog whistle for Jews, they want to get rid of nations. They want to get rid of borders. And they just want, the globalists, the Jews, want to control the entire world by getting rid of nations. And he didn't push back against that at all. So his insults on Ilhan Omar about being a Jew hater are clearly insincere if he is completely okay with people on the right being completely anti-Semitic. So I really don't, when it comes to Dave Rubin, you know, we just have to realize that this man is not at all principled, that this man is simply in this game to make money. And you know, Ilhan Omar is 100% right, that when it comes to politics in America, when it comes to the media in America, the vast majority of people in this game, the political game, are in it to make money. Right? That's why Dave Rubin went from working for the Young Turks, where he probably made, what, $50,000, $60,000 a year, to having his own show, where now he's probably making at least six figures, probably more. He goes on speaking tours with Charlie Kirk, with these guys, Candace Owens. He's making money by the boatload. So that's why he doesn't really have an ideology. He realizes that on the internet, you can cash in on the anti-social justice warrior trend right now that's been going on for the past couple of years, and you host people on your show who are genuinely racist and bigoted, but you simply say that the labeling tactic is one used by the left to stifle debate, because they can't win a debate, so of course they have to stifle it. But he will immediately use this same tactic on anyone criticizing the state of Israel, because he knows that this topic, right, Israel, he's going to take the right-wing viewpoint of this, because his audience is like 98% right-wing. So he has to agree with them. He has to keep them happy. Of course, Dave Rubin doesn't have the balls to put out a video that's going to get more dislikes than likes. Okay? So for Dave Rubin, it's simply about making the money. And that's why he's able to flip-flop positions like this so easily. And he doesn't have a single shred of principle in his body. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you're new, hit that subscriber button. Make sure to share this video. And I will see you in the next one.
Over.